Hello. Welcome to tonight's bedtime story by Lucid Tales. I hope your day has been gentle and full of softness. But whether it has been warm breezes or howling winds for you, it's time to relax now. Find somewhere comfortable, whether it is a sleeping bag or a feather bed, and make sure you're ready for sleep. Rotate your wrists and ankles if you can, and feel the freedom in your joints, the little loosening that means it's time for bed. Tonight's story is of Thialfi and Roskva, and how they came to join Thor and Loki in Jotunheim. Once upon a time, as far away as forever, and as long ago as the distant stars, Thor and Loki went travelling. Over the great cresting mountains and valleys they rode in Thor's iron chariot, hauled by his two powerful goats, and Thor held in his hand his great hammer, Mjolnir, and wore his girdle of strength and his iron gloves. Far and wide they roamed, through Utgarda, Utgarda, and even on into Jotunheim. Of an evening, cold and wild, they came across a peasant's cottage as the world wreathed itself in snow. They knocked, held fast in the arms of the howling wind, and the kind woman and her husband welcomed them as weary travellers, though they had but little space, and even less food. Thor saw the sharp, hungry faces of the daughter and son, and the pinched cheeks of the woman and man, and took pity. Of course, he and Loki were hungry too, which might have helped. He raised his mighty hammer and killed both of his beloved goats so that they all might eat. The peasant man skinned them and cleaned the meat. His wife cooked it into a hearty meal, and soon there were platters piled high on the table. The children's eyes grew round and bright at the sight of such a great feast. When they sat down to eat, Thor made sure to ask the woman and man and their children to pick the meat cleanly off of the bones, but not to break them, and to place them neatly on the goatskins by the fire. But Loki, that laughing trickster, whispered to the children that the best part of the meat was inside the bones, in the dripping marrow. And so Thialfi, the young son, cracked open a ham bone and sucked out the succulent marrow before throwing the pieces onto the heap with the others. In the dim grey of the next morning, before dawn, Thor awoke and dressed. He took up Mjolnir in his hand and blessed the goatskins with their piles of damp bones. As he struck them with his hammer, the skins and bones jumped and trembled and coalesced once more into his two precious goats, looking as lively and rested as if they had had a good meal and a night's sleep themselves. But all was not well. Thor's sharp eyes caught how one of his goats limped and stumbled, and he knew that its thigh bone had been broken. Now the rage of Thor is known far and wide, all hot lightning fire and thundering fury. But when he raised his hammer in anger, his knuckles white around its shaft, young Thialfi fell to his knees in front of his parents and sister and confessed to his crime, begging Thor not to hurt them, and Thor's heart was softened. He relented, forgave them, and agreed to leave his goats with them while they healed. And in exchange he took both Thialfi and his sister Roskva as his servants. They served him for many years, many more than most humans would ever have seen, and they stayed with him all through the long days and nights until Ragnarok and the twilight day came. Good night. Sleep well, and I will see you next time, where we will follow the adventures of Thialfi, Roskva, Thor and Loki in Utgarda, and hear of the time when Thor slept in a glove.